The Cotai Ecological Zone, located in the west of the Cotai Reclamation Zone, is Macao's of the important wetlands covering an area of 55 hectares, including Ecological Zone 1 and Ecological Zone 2. Ecological Zone 1 is located close to the northeast of the Lotus Bridge, covers an area of 15 hectares. Ecological Zone 2 is in the west coast of the Cotai Reclamation Zone and covers an area of 40 hectares. The Macao government is concerned about wetland conservation. In 2003, Macao's wetlands have been selected as China's top 10 attractive wetlands. Now, let us go to the Cotai Ecological Zone and enjoy her beauty.
Summer is the most vibrant season for wetlands. A lot of animals breed in this season, including wandering glitter, damselfly, common grass yellow, blue-spotted mud skipper, gray mullet, giant tiger prawn, mud crab, fiddler crab, etc. More than 160 kinds of birds have been recorded in the ecological zone, in which water birds are about half of the total species.
Winter bird. Macao is situated in the bird migration route between Siberia and Australia. Every winter, large numbers of migratory birds come to Macao to live. The ecological zone, with its rich foods, naturally becomes one of the important habitats. The migratory birds are mainly egrets, wild ducks, curlew, and sandpipers, while the resident birds are mainly passerines, including common teal, common magpie, gray heron, great egret, black-winged stilt, oriental magpie robin, Chinese pond heron, common kingfisher, common moorhen, etc.
The black-faced spoonbill has been listed as endangered birds since they were found in Macao in 1989 for the first time. About 100 of black-faced spoonbills stay in the Cotai Ecological Zone in winter every year. As one of the important habitats for black-faced spoonbill, the ecological zone is also an important section for Macao's wetlands and natural environment.
Egret breeding area. The south of Lotus Bridge area is one of the main breeding places for local egrets in Macao. Thousands of little egrets, night herons, and Chinese pond herons breed their next generation here each year.
Mangroves are various large and extensive types of trees. Mangroves are very interesting plants that are viviparous and have special breathing roots and support roots. Mangroves have many important functions, such as to maintain the rich coastal nutrition as well as providing anti-wind, anti-tide protection to the bank.
Habitat management. The Cotai Ecological Zone has one of the most important wetlands in Macao. Continuous ecological monitoring of various habitats in the wetland is important to ensure habitats and facilities are able to meet the needs of wildlife. Different types of management measures for each of the habitat types are developed and implemented for the goal of providing the greatest quantity and highest quality of habitat possible to support waterfowl and to increase biodiversity. The habitat management works at Ecological Zone divided into three aspects, namely water bodies, vegetation, and mudflats. In order to strengthen the monitoring of the environmental condition, the Ecological Zones 1 set up automatic water monitoring stations and noise monitoring stations.
Gathering the data of species and distributions of wild animals and plants in the ecological zones will help the Environmental Protection Bureau to optimize ecological management results.
Benthos. Collecting bottom mud with a mud dredger and washing the sediment samples with fine sieves can gather specimens with residue of macrobenthos. Those specimens can be taken back to a laboratory for analysis and identification.
Investigators conduct plant surveys in each season to record the growth cycle, growth condition, and community varieties.
Insects. Investigators adopt the light trap, sweeping, observation method, and observation capturing to catch insects. In addition, they gather insect specimens for qualitative and quantitative analysis and carry out classification and identification.
As the water area of the ecological zone is large, and some types of fish like to live in the deep water area. Except for offshore observation, investigators use gill net and fishing pods to capture fish and shrimp for recording and measuring.
Birds. When conducting bird surveys, investigators follow regular routes to observe and listen at observation points so as to record the species and quantities of birds as well as the relevant habitat.
The Macao Ecological Zone is an excellent ecological educational place. 4 bird watching platforms were constructed in the peripheries of Ecological Zone 1. At the south side, 2 bird hides were built for citizens to watch birds, along with construction of a natural learning lane which connects the bird hides. On each side of the lane, about 120 kinds of trees were planted that can survive the climate of Macao. Since limited opening for a public visiting after 2012, an Ecological Zone 1 was established. Lots of citizen school groups and associations have entered it for visits and education, for furthering and strengthening the popularization of ecological education and providing convenience for citizens. The Environmental Protection Bureau continuously implements public visiting days under the guidance of teachers.
The precious natural resources need our conservation. Let us carry out the responsibility to protect and cherish our environment so as to build beautiful green homes. To know more relevant information, welcome to browse our Environmental Protection Bureau website